Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Paradise, the Islamic Perspective. This is part 3. So, this is a reminder for the Muslims and for those non Muslims who are curious about Islam. I'm giving a description of paradise from an Islamic perspective, so in case people are curious and want to know more about Islam. So, this is part 3. And in this one, this is all just back to basics. Please note, I am not an ulama, I'm not part of the alim. Please ask the ulama for more detailed description. But this is just for you, and you know more than me. So this is just a reminder. I love reading. At my age, when I'm going through what I'm going through, my health crisis, we wait for death every day. Malik al-Maut can come. So I'm just now reading about paradise and Jannah al-Firdaus. So basically, just for basics, we know that there are 4 rivers in paradise. There is a river of honey. Let me just get that bit closer. 4 rivers: rivers of honey, rivers of water, rivers of wine, and rivers of milk. The size and width of those rivers we cannot imagine, but we know that the sources of the Euphrates and the Nile River or the Amazon, they all come from paradise. So can you imagine the Nile River and the Amazon River and the Euphrates River? So those are just a microcosm understanding of what the rivers are in paradise. We cannot imagine the size, the width, the depth, and the quantity of these type of rivers, what kind of waterfalls there are, what kind gushing there are. But every house, it is said, then that's one part we're going to see about paradise. The second part, people will be on reclining couches. Okay, reclining couches means a state of relaxation where there's comfort and ease. And why you will be in a state of comfort and ease compared to, for example, let us say we are in South Africa or in the African continent, or if you look at any country in the world, the whole point of being on earth is the place of suffering. When we were in paradise, there was a time when we were all in paradise. We were in paradise because our mothers and father, Adam alayhi salam and Eve, were in paradise. And we as our souls were also in paradise, but we did not appreciate paradise. In paradise, everything was for free. We had houses there. We did not need to earn money. There was no illness. There was nothing going on wrong in paradise. Everything was perfect. But because it was perfect, we got paradise on a silver platter. And sometimes when you get a gift on a silver platter, you don't appreciate it. So we did not appreciate paradise. So then we came to earth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, okay, here's a test for you. You made a mistake. I told you not to go to that tree. You went to the tree. Now I'm going to send you to dunya. Okay, I'm going to send you to dunya. Dunya is a place of hardship. When you're going to understand what is dunya, then when you come back to paradise, you will then appreciate paradise more. So then in paradise, you'll be reclining on couches. You know why you'll be reclining on couches? Can you imagine? Let's take a few minutes to consider what is paradise. Let's look at South Africa compared to paradise. Now in paradise, there's no crime. There's no corruption. There's no fraud. There's no scams. There's no criminal cartels. There's no tribalism. There's no racism. There's no nationalism. There's no socialism. There's no communism. There's no isms. There's no fascism. There's no poverty. There's no hunger. There are no toilets because people don't have to go to the toilet. You know, when you eat your food, after you finish your digestion, you just burp a little bit, finish, and it's done. Now, if you've got no toilet, then from an anatomical point of view, and I don't want to go into too much details, there's no intestines, there's no kidneys, there's no bladder. The women don't have any menstrual cycles. I mean, it's peace for the woman. Can you imagine? I mean, you don't have to have any more menstrual cycles. So it's so much comfort for the woman as well because you'll be at a younger age. So there'll be no problems, no worries. There'll be no toilets. There'll be no sewage pipes. There'll be no maintenance work. There's no policeman in paradise. There's no need for security companies. There's no barbed wire. There's no fencing. Your house in paradise is your castle. There's no criminals going to come into your house in the middle of the night. You don't need to sleep with barbed wires. You can sleep with your doors open in paradise. So that's why it is a place of, there's no armies, there's no soldiers, there's no atomic bombs there, there's no warfare there, there's no underground submarines there, there's no evil creatures, there's no dangerous animals there. You can't walk on the road and get bumped because there's no death in paradise. So that's why there are reclining couches, because there's total comfort and ease to then we will be sitting there and reflecting to say, you know what, we lived on earth. Imagine what difficulty we had on earth. There was crime, corruption, there was load shedding. There's no load shedding in paradise. There's no load shedding. There's no shortage of water. There's rivers of water. There's no shortage. There's no shortage of milk. There's rivers of milk. Now can you imagine this? If there's a river of honey, water, milk, wine and milk. Now imagine your house. Instead of you have a tap in your house, right? Now the house where I'm got many of these new taps, you just got one lever. You turn it like this, One side is hot, one side is cold. So it's a very nice lever. But in paradise, you got 4 taps. You got 4 taps in paradise. Every house, every place you go, you got 4 taps. One tap will give you honey, one tap will give you water, one tap will give you wine, one tap will give you milk. And then you can decide you want hot milk or cold milk. You just decide, you turn the lever. You don't have to boil the milk. You don't have to boil the kettle. You want hot water or cold water. You just touch it and it comes out. You want wine, and this wine won't make you drunk. It won't make you dizzy. It is such a beautiful and exquisite wine that it doesn't affect the neurological system. It doesn't affect the brain cells. Whereas the wine on earth damages the brain cells. Your brain cells start dying. But the wine there, you can drink as much as you want to. There's no drunkenness. So that's why people will be sitting on, reclining on couches. And then people will be getting mansions. Mansions, the size of those mansions, we cannot imagine it. You read various reports. Some of the mansions will have 70,000 rooms. Okay, and in other places it says people will get a tent. The size of this tent is 60 miles by 60 miles. So let's just average out to 60 is 120, say 100 kilometers. So the size of your tent, or the size of one apartment, let's not use the word to use the apartment. Size of your apartment is 100 kilometers wide and 100 kilometers long and 100 kilometers high. Imagine what a big house that is. Your house is 100 kilometers long. It's like from here to Pretoria to Johannesburg. It's from Pretoria to Krugersdorp. Okay, 100 kilometers. That's how big your house is. 100 kilometers wide by 100 kilometers long. You can imagine, not meters, kilometers. That is the size of one house. Can you imagine? So that house is 100 by 100, and there's waiters. Thousands of you will have your own personal waiters. Hundreds of waiters will attend to you, and they are like scattered pearls. You'll have your own butler, you'll have your own valet, you'll have your own personal assistant, you'll have whatever you want. The minute you ask for something, it's there immediately. They will even know what you want. So there's no shortage. It's not like you go to a restaurant here on earth, you're waiting now. Where is the waiter now? I want the menu. You're waiting. No, here these waiters are standing by your couch all the time. Not one, 10, 20, 100 waiters are there at your beck and call. Whatever you want, you get it immediately. Immediately. Even before you can even utter it from your mouth, it's already there. And then the nice, beautiful thing, when you're in these couches, you'll be in the company of those whom you love. And then I'll recite the very famous Hadith al-Qudsi, which we all know, and which, when we read this, every time I read this, I'm so amazed by this Hadith al-Qudsi. It's so magnificently beautiful. It makes us so curious. It makes us so wonder. Imagine this. Jannah al-Firdaus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no mind, heart, or intellect can even contemplate. Subhan. Can you imagine that? It is something which your eye has never seen. There will be sounds which you have never ever heard. And you can think of the wildest thing, but you will never be able to imagine what is paradise. Now, this is actually a challenge. To say all you human beings get together, get all the artists, get all the architects, get all the robots, get all the internet experts, get all the software specialists, get everyone together, the graphic artists and the designers, to say, make a drawing of paradise. You can make a billion drawings of paradise from your brain. It'll be wrong. Well, it won't be wrong in the sense you will never be able to understand what is in there in store for you. Subhanallah. So it is what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what no mind can ever contemplate. So the way to get to the akhirah, the dunya, you must plant the seeds in the dunya to get to the akhirah, to the hereafter. So please remember 4 rivers, mansions, 100, your house size on earth. You're lucky you got 1,000 square meter just for the yard, 50 meters by 50 meters, 50 meters by 30 meters, 50 meters by 20 meters is 1,000 square meters. Okay, so here you get 50 meters by 20 meters. So we're talking about meters. But in paradise, it's not a meter, not even 1 kilometer. Even 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer is a very big house. There it's 100 kilometers multiplied by 100 kilometers. I don't know how much is that. You'll know the answer. You got it in maths. It's 4 zeros with a kilometer. 10,000 is a 10,000 kilometer square. I think the size of your plot. So please, our du'as is for those, our parents, all our loved. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them all Jannah al-Firdaus. and for you and your family and everyone and your loved ones. Today I'm just having a bit of a difficult time, so please excuse me. But I just need to get this work going and getting through, just to remind you that, and I apologize for those that see my videos regularly. Part of my commission, part of my instructions is to repeat whatever is here as well as a reminder, because I'm getting a lot of viewers all the time, new viewers from overseas, from Poland, from Australia and Sydney, and they're all asking me, who are you? So for all the new viewers, I'm getting viewers from Canada and from Germany, from Sweden, from Switzerland. So thank you to all the new viewers that I'm getting. So I'm just repeating this to all the new viewers who are joining this channel. So please bear with me. So just to remind all the new subscribers that I'm a medical doctor and a scientist. I've got 4 degrees from WITS University. I'm a victim of a home invasion, 3 bullets, spinal disability. I don't know if you can see that spinal disability. So help me grow my channel. Please subscribe, send me a like, and send me a heart. Some days are very, very difficult, like today. But I ask for it. Just give me encouragement and hope. And if you can't make any comments, just send me a heart. Just to let me keep going. So I love the series of Paradise. So this is part 3. So please remember, this is it's part 2. We spoke about the 8 gates of paradise. Okay, we just finished that. And then part 3, we are now talking about the 4 rivers and the couches where everyone will be relaxing. The houses will be sized 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers, and it is what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no brain can ever contemplate. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant your parents and everyone, all the marhumin, Jannah al-Firdaus, and everyone you love. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant the highest stage of Jannah al-Firdaus. Jannah al-Firdaus is very expensive, so we ask Allah for His grace, for His mercy, for His love. Grace means we don't deserve it, but Allah through His generosity will say, here's a gift for you, here is paradise. And we seek the pleasure of Allah. He is Ghafoor Rahim, He is most merciful, He is most gracious. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Al-Wudud, Allah is most loving, Allah is most gentle, Allah is most kind. Allah is the Lord of kindness and the owner of praise. Allah is Lord of kindness. He is Ar-Rahman, He is Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. He is the most merciful, He is the most kind, He is the most generous. You don't know what small deed you can do. Like that woman who was a prostitute, and then she was a woman of the street, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew the condition of her heart. So she gave water to the thirsty dog, and because of that she got paradise. Can you imagine how merciful is Allah? Allah is Ghafoor Rahim. Always have the best opinion of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you and grant me and our families, your families and my families, and all highest stages of Jannah al-Firdaus in the company of those whom we love. May Allah remove all obstacles from your way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your du'as and grant you more. My dua for you is that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you so much du'as for you, for your children, for your family, for everybody who you love, and all whatever obstacle they are, may Allah remove that obstacles. Through His grace, Allah can remove the obstacles. Whatever your du'as are, my dua for you is that Allah must make your dua kabul, and may Allah then grant you even more from what you are asking from sources you never could imagine. So in simple terms, let's say your dua is the cake. So my dua for you is that may Allah give you the whole cake. That's my dua for you, that may Allah make the cake kabul, may Allah give you the full dua. But my dua for you is, on top of the cake, Allah must put icing for you, and then strawberries, and then the cherry on the top. That means my dua for you is, may Allah give you so much more from what you're asking, for you, for your children, for your grandchildren, for everybody that you love. This is my dua for you. From my heart, this is my dua for you. So take my duas. Take my duas in my condition that I'm making. May Allah accept my duas. I'm making the duas for you, for your family. Make duas for this country. May Allah guide the best people to rise up in this country, to provide peace and prosperity to this country, South Africa, and to the African continent, Africa, for Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia, Kenya, Malawi, Ethiopia, Democratic Republic Angola, then we got Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, then we got Gabon, Morocco, Libya, Egypt, and then West Africa, the whole African continent. There must be so much prosperity and peace. And then beyond that, there must be peace in the Middle East, there must be peace in Europe, there must be peace globally. That is my dua for everybody. And in those areas where there's drought, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala break the drought, give them so much water, soothing rain, not calamitous rain, but soothing rain. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill your life with barakah and blessings. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.